Hello students, as we have discussed in the earlier video that the pictograph is unable to give the exact information to us. We cannot get exact numbers, values from that. So for that we need a better way. And what is that better way? Now you can see that is bar graph. So what is that bar graph and how we can get the proper information from that? So bar graph is the pictorial representation of numerical data. Like this, you can see this. This is a pictorial representation. This is also the pictorial representation of bar graph. And we used to represent it by the number of bars. Now what are the number of bars? You can see these rectangular boxes. These are called bars. And so these bars we can say are rectangles as well. So we can write it. Now the next thing is we need to remember that bars should be of uniform width. So the width here should be uniform. This is the width. Here if we talk about, this is the width. So every bar should have the same width. So we can say they should be of uniform width. Bars can be drawn horizontally or vertically. This bar we have drawn horizontally and this is vertically. So in both ways you can draw. There should be equal space between the bars. Means the space which is there between them should be equal. Like these two bars, if we consider this space and if we consider these two, so this space, the spacing between the bars should be uniform, should be equal. Here also in vertical, so you can see this spacing is equal. Now length of bar represent the given number. Of course the length will not be equal because this represents the given number of things. Like here you can see this is the longest bar which represent this number which is written here 1200. And what are these 1200 thing which is written here? Number of vehicles. So these kind of things we can interpret, we can understand by the length of bar. Now what are the main things which we can interpret by just looking one bar graph? The first thing is to know about the information given by the bar graph. First read the captions written below the horizontal line. In this bar graph you can see a caption is written here, that is years. And here one more caption is written, population of India in crores. It is written there. We need to read these captions along the horizontal line and the vertical line. This horizontal line we call it as x-axis and this vertical we used to say y-axis. So after reading these captions we come to know what are the things representing by these bars. So these bars represent the years. This first bar 1951, 1961 and so on till 2001 it is being shown. And here the population of India in crores it is written. Means in 1951 the population of India was 36 crores. This we can understand from this. In 1961 it is 44 and so on, we can understand from this data. But don't forget to read this one more important thing, that is called scale. What is this scale? To know about the precise values in the given data, we need to read the scale. Like here it is written 1 unit length 10 crores. Means this 1 unit length shows 10 crores. So in this way if you deal with every unit length, okay, this is 1 unit length which represents the 10 crores. If we will not read it carefully and if it is this thing will not read carefully, we'll come to know that in 1951 there are 36 people. So can it be possible? So they are not 36 people, they are 36 crores people, the population of India in 1951. So for this we need to read the scale carefully. So in this way we can interpret, we can read the bar graph and make certain conclusion we have just made. So it is so easy, and to know more about this we need to discuss the questions of exercise 9.3 that we are going to do now. Now let's focus on this question of exercise 9.3 to understand better that how we can how we can understand, how we can interpret the bar graphs. So in this question, this bar graph is given in your book. The question is, the bar graph given alongside this side shows the amount of wheat purchased by government during the year 1998 till 2002. So we need to read the bar graph and write down your observations, and we need to answer the questions. So let's start reading. Here on the horizontal line, the caption years is written, means these are the years given as it is told in the question. And here wheat in 1000 tons. So these are the 5000 tons, 10,000 tons and 15,000 tons. These are the markings on the vertical line. Now what is the scale? 1 unit length equals to 5000 tons. So 1 unit length, this is the 1 unit length, which is equals to 5000 tons. Now let us, these are the observations we have gathered from this bar graph. Now the part A that we need to answer is, the wheat production maximum, means in which year was the wheat production maximum. So you can see which is the longest bar here, which is the, so this is the longest bar here, and that is in 2002. So it is clearly visible the wheat production maximum was in year 2002. It is clearly visible. So here we can write the answer in the book as well, in 2002. Now the wheat production minimum we need to tell. So which one is the smallest bar? You can see here the smallest rectangle, this one, and the year against it is 1998. So the wheat production minimum is in 1998. So in this way you can write the answers, and it is clearly visible how much, if it is being asked that how much is the wheat production in 1998, which was minimum, so that is, it is clearly visible, it is 15. So what 15? 15,000 tons. So don't forget to remember the scale. Now let us understand the second question. Now before reading, you can see which type of bar graph is this. This is horizontal bars are drawn here. So horizontal. Okay. So earlier it was vertical, like this was vertical. Now question number 2. We need to observe this bar graph which is showing the sale of shirts in a ready-made shop. Okay, there is a ready-made shop and the sale is showing that how many shirts are being sold from Monday to Saturday. Okay, so here if we read the horizontal line, the caption under it is number of shirts sold. It is given, and here it is written days, the different days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And the scale which is given here is 1 unit length represent 5 shirts. The question is, what information does the above bar graph give? So what information is given here? So we can say the given bar graph shows the number of shirts sold. So we can write number of shirts sold from where to where? From Monday to Saturday. So in this way you can write the answer. Now next is, what is the scale chosen on the horizontal line representing number of shirt? So scale chosen, it is clearly, the scale is written here. So same we can write here that 1 unit length is equals to how many shirts? 5 shirts. So you can write in this manner. The next is, on which day were the maximum number of shirts sold? So the maximum number of shirts sold, which one is the longest bar you can see? That is on Saturday. So on Saturday the maximum number of shirts were sold. So on Saturday we can write Saturday. And it is asked that how many shirts were sold on that day. So the shirts sold were, you can just see here 60 is written, so it is near to that. So 60 shirts are being sold that day, so you can answer 60 shirts. And the next is, on which day were the minimum number of shirts sold? So the smallest bar here is on Tuesday, so which represents the minimum number of shirts sold here. So on Tuesday you can write. Okay. The next is, how many shirts were sold on Thursday? So on Thursday you can just see, if you just draw a line here, it is comes to 35. So how many shirts? 35 shirts sold on Thursday. So we can write 35 shirts. So in this way we can read the bar graph and answer the questions. Question number 3 is, observe this bar graph. We can observe this bar graph which shows the marks obtained by Aziz in half yearly examination in different subjects. Okay, these are the subjects. So we need to answer the questions. So we can observe this is a vertical bar graph in which, if we read the caption on horizontal line, subjects is written here, subjects, and here marks. And what is the scale given? 1 unit length equal to 10 marks. So this is 1 unit which is equals to 10 marks. Now we need to answer the questions after looking onto it. First is, what information does the bar graph give? So what information we are getting from it? So the given bar graph shows the marks obtained by Aziz in different subjects. So we can write. You can do this question in notebook. Even earlier one also you can do in notebook, so that you can write the complete answer. Now B part. Name the subject in which Aziz scored maximum marks. So you can see which one is the longest bar here, this one. So maximum marks are there in Hindi. So we can write Aziz scored maximum marks in Hindi. Okay, I am writing for you here Hindi. We can write. Now the C part is, name the subjects in which he has scored minimum marks. Minimum marks, the smallest bar we need to see for that. So this one is the smallest one. So the minimum marks scored by Aziz in social studies. So this is the answer of this C part. This is the D part. State the name of the subjects and marks obtained in each of them. We need to write all the subjects, okay, and we need to write the marks obtained by these subjects by looking onto that bar graph. Okay, so I have written here all the answers which we have just discussed, you can see. And now D part. Now as it is asked in D part that we need to write all the subjects with the marks, so that you can see here I have written Hindi 80 marks. You can see Hindi 80 marks. In English it is 60 marks. Okay, maths 70. So similarly I have written here, you can see Hindi 80, English 60, maths 70. Similarly I have written science 50 and social studies 40 marks. So in this way we can write this answer in our notebook. Okay students, so our exercise 9.3 is also complete. I hope it is understood by you clearly. Thank you students.